When you hear the sound coming down the road, you see the pack of the bikes coming down the road, people look, wonder what's going on, and you know, it helps us to bring the message to people that don't ride and understand. So.
Sounds of rolling thunder were heard outside the Capitol today as bikers from around the state of Michigan honored fallen soldiers. For most people, Memorial Day represents the unofficial start to summer, but to Michigan veterans and veterans across the country, it's about remembering those who lost their lives serving our country. News 10's Riley Connell shows us how rolling thunder is spreading that message.
Revving engines were heard before they were seen. As they turned the corner onto Capitol Avenue, American flags come into view, waving in the wind. Rolling thunder has arrived.
It's part of Memorial Day weekend. You know, the veterans, our fallen heroes, the people who gave their ultimate sacrifice so that we can have our freedom, so that we can do things like this.
It's the second year in a row that the Rolling Thunder fleet rode to the Capitol for a special ceremony, honoring the lives of fallen soldiers everywhere. Many of these riders are veterans themselves.
I get choked up sometimes because, I mean, I was in from 82 to 02, and if it happened, I was part of it.
For retired Navy veteran Greg CARROL, the support from his fellow bikers and his community means everything.
It means a lot to us that have been there and to those folks that are still serving right now. God bless them.
Riders who aren't veterans themselves came to the Capitol with the memory of a loved one in mind.
My dad was in the military for 22 years, so for the first 13 years of my life I grew up on Army bases. So it's kind of special for me, you know, kind of celebrating those that didn't make it back.
Guest speakers and performers stood on the Capitol steps and shared what Memorial Day means to them. To Director of the Michigan Veterans Affairs Agency, Adam Ollier, it's standing in solidarity with people who are feeling the loss of a veteran.
I think about the moms who lost sons and daughters. I think about the wives and the husbands who lost their spouse, and the children who grew up without their parents.
It's a long way back home for a lot of these riders. They say it was a trip worth making. In Lansing, Riley Connell, News 10.
According to the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, Memorial Day was originally called Decoration Day. Decoration Day was established in 1868, 3 years after the end of the Civil War, and people began to place flowers on the graves of those who died serving in the Civil War. Memorial Day became a national holiday in 1971.